I was standing up, and the buck put his head up, and I said, "You pull the trigger and said, I'm burning." Oh, I was on fire. I picked up my gun and I went running down the field. See if I could catch it, but I couldn't catch him. And then, when I tried to walk into it, then we go around the field 3 times. The whole field.
This is why you told Tyler to go hunting.
He stopped at the bottom of the hill and took it. I went up over the hill with the gun. And I laid down and I shot and tackled the boy.
Alright, Aiden, if you're not done, you can just finish it later. We'll start on our poem now. Okay, so we're doing Annabelle Lee today. You guys are probably tired of Edgar Allan Poe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, this is your last one, so it'll be quick and easy. Let's see. So it doesn't really have a lot of vocab today. The 2 main ones are coveted, which means wish for heavily, and dissever, which is to separate. Have you guys ever heard of those before? No. So coveted is like, it's still used today, like it kind of means like special or like you really want something. And then dissever is, it's not really used today, it's more of an older language. But okay. So thinking about what you know about Edgar Allan Poe, what do you think this is going to be about? Like, what's going to be the
Probably
mood or the tone? What did you say?
Probably a girl he knew.
Yeah, girl, you
Or
said
family
death?
member.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or,
What? Mm-hmm.
we didn't finish Black Cat worksheet.
That's okay. We're moving on from it. It was really long, and so we didn't really have to finish all of it. This one only has 2 things to do today, so much easier to get through. So yeah, like you would think that because all the rest of his work is kind of dark and horrid, that all of it would be, but this one's a little bit more. What?
I don't have the worksheets for it.
You don't have worksheets for Annabelle Lee?
We only have the Unit 1 review left
Okay.
for worksheets.
Mrs. Edwards, they don't have worksheets for Annabelle Lee.
They only
We
got
have
stuff
Unit
review.
1 review worksheets left.
I have them right here. I can make.
I'll go make a copy for you. You look and see what you can find, and then if you get stuck on it.
Jeez, Bob, please.
Well, remember how the other day we did it too?
We couldn't
So-
find it in that one.
What happens is every year I do things different. And apparently last year I did things different.
Okay. Well, so we were gonna do the outline and the vocab, but we can just we were gonna do the outline while listening to it, but we can just do it all together then when she gets back. So I'll start reading it. Okay. So it was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom.
What page?
62. Sorry. I better make sure everybody's ready then, huh?
Just kidding.
Okay. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know, by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabelle Lee. With a love that wings seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sputial in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever myself from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. From the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her scoop shelf there by the sea, in her tomb by the surrounding sea. So, that was definitely different than what we're used to, right? Do you guys catch what it was about? Okay. Let's see.
Easter mine?
They're swapped.
So we can just do this all together then, guys. So, a blank by the name of Annabel Lee lived by the sea many years ago.
A poem.
I wouldn't say poem.
A rhyme.
I would say a woman.
Huh?
I would say a woman,
Oh.
but yeah, because a woman by the name, or a maiden. They say maiden in here.
Pressure one.
Okay, that works. The poet and Annabel Lee were in
Love.
love. The angels in blank wished for this love.
Envy. Heaven.
Yeah, in heaven. A blank blew out of a cloud and killed Annabel Lee.
Angel.
No. It says a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Annabel Lee's blank took her away from the poet and set her in a scoopshell. Let's see. You guys get that? The kinsman. So it would be like her family took her away from him. That's what that means.
So what would it be?
Kinsman. Okay, so then after the death, the blank had envied the poet and Annabel Lee.
Angels.
Yep, the angels. All the people in the blank by the sea know why Annabel Lee died.
People.
Yep. The poet and Annabel Lee's love is blank than that of older people. So they say it's stronger than the older people. Because pretty much what this is saying is that Annabel Lee's family didn't want them to be together. But it's almost like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing where they weren't supposed to be together, but their love was stronger than what everybody else said. So the other people in love are blank and blank than the poet and Annabel Lee. So that one's older and wiser. The poet is certain that neither angels nor blank can separate his blank from Annabel Lee's. So angels or demons is the blank. And then he says they can't separate their souls. Okay. So the moon sends the poet blank as the beautiful Annabel Lee.
What's the other one for fourth?
For 4, his soul. And then the moon sends the poet dreams of Annabelle Lee.
What was that one?
Dreams.
What was the third question? 3A?
Mm-hmm. The other people are in love are older and wiser. Okay. So then for 2 on section 3, the poet feels her bright blank through the stars.
Eyes.
Yep, her bright eyes. And then in the tomb lies my darling, my blank, and my blank.
My life.
Uh-huh.
My bride.
Yep, my life and my bride. Okay. So then we'll look at the vocab for this. Okay. Annabelle Lee is blank when she dies. Is young.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. The poem is mostly about the narrator's blank for Annabelle Lee. Love. Yep. The narrator believes that Annabelle Lee dies because the angels are
Jealous.
Yep. Annabelle Lee is buried in a
Scalp. No, see.
No,
no.
it's the sculpture.
Yeah, I'm not really certain how you pronounce that. So I think it's supposed to be like a tomb, kind of like a oh, what is yeah, sepulcher. What? Yeah. Okay. So then Annabelle Lee's burial place is close to the
See.
sea. Yep. Okay. So according to the poem, how does she die?
Wind. A cold wind.
Yeah, so there's a cold wind. So I think what my guess is like from hypothermia. She doesn't survive the winter. And what may have caused Poe to write this poem? To explain his love, yeah. Maybe his grief, his mourning over her. Just to show people what their love was like.
I put the people that he's lost. Like he lost his grandma, his mother, his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have attachment to those people, and that sometimes time causes them to go down the deep end.
Right, so he probably wrote this because he had so much grief, but also so much love, so he just kind of combined them. I would agree with that. And then after the death of Annabelle Lee, what does the moon bring to the narrator? Dreams.
Done.
Okay.
Now we can review.
Let me see. Yeah, let's guys do a little bit more. Okay, so we can just go over on page 66. There's a couple questions back there about Annabelle Lee that we can read over and discuss. Alright, so the first one, which are the two lines that show the love between the poet and Annabelle Lee? So it gives the options of 3 and 10, 5 and 8, 6 and 9, or 11 and 21.
Probably like
5 and 8. It says
No, yeah, it's fine with me.
Let's see. Um,
6 through.
I would say it would be 6 and 9.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
6 and 9 now.
Yep, because 6 says, they end to love and be loved by me. And 9 is, but we loved with a love that was more than love. So, those are the two really like hitting home about how much he loved her. What words refer to death in this poem? Mm-hmm.
But they love the something of heaven.
There's a certain line where it talks about it. Oh, it's on the second page. So it says chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. That talks about her death, as well as boring her away from me. Which, if you didn't really know, like, that she dies, and it just made me think that she, like, gets taken away compared to just dying. And bore. Okay. Then what lines explain how she died?
The angels not so happy in heaven.
I would say it's that paragraph, but I wouldn't say that line necessarily. So just the part where it talks about chilling her.
Yeah.
It mentions that twice. So up on 15, it says a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee. And then down
15
below.
and 20.
Yep, 15, and then I would say 25. That the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. Okay. So which line or lines in the poem show the idea of eternal love? So line 6 shows that Annabelle Lee loves no one else. Line 11.
27 and 28.
Yeah. Lines 27 and 28 show the couple's love was stronger than those older than them. What is meant by the kingdom by the sea?
must have had a kingdom that was by a big, beautiful sea.
I think more what it's referring to is like heaven. So like it's saying that she likes this sea, but like it talks about the kingsman and the angels and stuff before that. And so I would assume that they're talking about the sea as in heaven. Kind of you have to look into the metaphor of it. Okay. What is meant by the lines, but our love is stronger by far than the love of those who are older than we, of many far wiser than we?
I think it means nobody can break it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody older and nobody wiser can break that love.
Yeah, because I think kind of what's talking about is that they weren't really supposed to be together, and so then it's saying that even though they're like weren't supposed to be together, nobody wanted them together, their love like still kept them together no matter what the older and wiser people said about them. Okay. Alright, so then go on to that. In poetry, the plot is not as important as the mood. Writers use mood to make readers feel a certain way. Repetition of certain words or phrases is one way of creating a mood. Such repetitions of lines is called refrain. Okay, so then what are some examples of words or phrases or lines that appear more than once in this poem?
Bye, Haley.
Well, one that I notice a lot is that they talk about is the wind coming out and chilling her. They mention that more than once. So that's pretty important. It sets the mood for the end of the poem with her dying, because the beginning of the poem starts with them being happy and in love, and the end is talking about her, the wind coming out and chilling her. Another one that really stands out is the "my darling" part at the very last. She goes, "Of my darling, which just kind of like reiterates his feelings towards her. Let's see. So then how does the repetition create the mood? Well, it creates the mood of her dying. It makes it kind of go from a happy poem to a sadder one. What would you guys think the overall mood of the poem is?
Sad.
Yeah, for sure.
Sad.
I would definitely agree. If you only read that first page of it, you'd think it was more of a love poem and a happier one. But then, yeah, it definitely turns to a sad poem. Why do you think some people write poems or messages in honor of a loved one who has died?
To show their love and unwielding love towards that person, that they would make a poem in memory of them, so that they had a shred of love that they could keep a hold of instead of losing it all.
Yeah.
Even if they, even to show compassion even after death.
Yeah.
And a memory.
Yeah. Josh?
Keep them in there to remember them.
Yeah, it's like a memorial almost. It's a way for them to express their feelings, just to get it out, and then to have that memory of them, to be able to like go back and read that and understand and see like what they were feeling in that time, and then maybe they've like come past those emotions and gotten better. Okay. Do you want me to go on to the review then? 'Cause
What, you know what, let's just let them, they should be able to, since it's review, they can look back in their notes and they should be able to finish it up.
okay.
Work on that on their own. Okay,
Sounds good.
it should be in everything in the unit, so you go back and look in your